Let's get it over with. I have both good news as well as bad news, and the bad news first. The bad news is I still haven't finished the menu system of Snail, and we'll do that now because I've been playing WoWy games all day long and giving feedback. The good news is I think we'll be able to finish the entire UI of Snail in this stream, which means after that, UI will be completely done and we can focus entirely on content. There will be absolutely no more UI stuff. So hopefully my plan works out and we'll be able to finish all of the UI stuff today. Obviously, if you still have any WoWy games you would like me to play on stream, any of your games, then we can still do that, but I would assume that we have probably played most of them by now. At the very least, speaking of the people who watched the live stream, so welcome Zoe, Toby, Yen, Gary, Abdun. Is that how you pronounce your name? Darksoon. Welcome everybody to the stream. Cool. So this is how the beautiful UI looks like at the moment. And I actually think it is very satisfying when these UI things finally work out. As you can see here, this already works pretty well. We can select the difficulty here and everything shows up correctly. Difficulty is saved, everything works out fine. We can start a new game. So only thing that's missing from the menu is a bit of content right here in the settings. Even the scrolling works now. So if we go deeper into the tree structure, the menu moves to the left, so we have space to see everything we need to see. So the only thing we need to implement now are here, sound settings, then graphic settings. We need to find a way to save all of these settings. And that's it. Then we can, from that point on, we can focus entirely on content again. And I'm looking very much forward to that. That somehow reminds me of Minions. Badada! I don't want these horrible minion creatures in my head, but you put them there. Thank you. Okay. Menu. Here's all of my menu objects. Menu manager. Here we go. Then here we have graphics. Here we have sound. Let's start with the sound, shall we? So let's duplicate that and let's call this one volume FX. So this will be the sub menu for changing the volume of the sound effects, and I wonder what happens if we just do a plus and a minus. And then whatever you hit will basically be the new volume. And then as a tooltip, I want to show the current volume. Main item tooltip argument script. So here we want a script that shows the volume. Script menu. Maybe let's add a new group here for settings. And let's create a script, return volume fx, and this returns global.volume fx. Here we go. And we probably want to return that as a string. I'm pretty happy with my menu system so far. It seems to be very versatile, and expanding it now shouldn't be all that hard. Volume fx, then we have volume music. And we also have volume voice. That's all we need. The banana is an obvious fashion statement, yes? You always wear bananas? That is cool. Bananas are very, very trendy right now. If you don't wear a banana, you're so out. Okay, so here in volume of x, we basically just show scr return volume of x. Then we also need one for changing the volume. Change volume fx. And that one will once again be just a one-liner, I guess. Not quite. So we'll do plus argument 0. And then we'll sure this value stays between 0 and 1 by simply using a clamp function. 0 and 1. And then after that we will save the settings with a function that we'll write later. Here we go. And that will just be loaded on game start. Okay, let's try that with the volume first before we do it with the other ones, because I just realized, for example, here we need to do round and we also want to multiply that with 100 and add a nice little percentage sign after all of that. And if I had done that first, then now I wouldn't have to copy it all over again. Music. And voice. And now in my menu object here, volume of x, we can say in scripts scr change volume. And the minus, we'll give it a minus 0.05. And the plus will give it plus 0.05. And that should be fine. And let's try it, if it works. Just finished my exams. Did the stream just start? Yes, it just started. Welcome, welcome. In a previous stream, you didn't recommended Unity. Why didn't I use it for this game? That is a very good question that I get very often. So unfortunately, you'll only get the short answer, and the short answer is I like GameMaker for short projects. I thought this was going to be a short project at the beginning, so I started making the game with GameMaker, and now I can't get bothered to switch to Unity again. And also GameMaker is kind of fine for this kind of game, because it's a simple 2D platformer, and GameMaker isn't the worst decision for that. However, if I would do it again, I would probably do it in Unity. Darksoon, bye! Have fun with your homework. Hahaha, I'm glad I'm not in school anymore. Actually, I had a pretty great day today. I mean, I was playing Game Jam games all day long. That was pretty fantastic. I can appreciate that. Okay, I wanted to go in the main menu and see. No, we can't do anything here because I forgot to link it properly. Sound. When we click on sound effects, we want to create object menu. Object menu, volume FX. Here we go. Now it should work, and once that works, implementing it for the other two should be pretty straightforward. Okay, that looks weird though. Simply that plus and that minus. Oh, it works. I can already hear that it works. So in general, this is fine. Just need to find a replacement for plus and minus, or find a way to make that look a little better. Which options do we have there? We could put it in brackets. We could try adding a word in front. Increase, reduce, something like that. Maybe everything at once, plus increase. And then here in brackets minus reduce. Does that look better? Let's check it out. Schlingelkorn, are you saying hi, 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 or are you laughing at me again? Sounds. Okay, that still looks a little weird, but better, I guess. And then also one thing we could do is showing the volume right here, so you don't need to go in to see what the current volume is. That would be a very easy fix. So here simply in sound we need to say, for the tooltip script, return volume fx. And then I'm gonna try this with simply with the brackets. Maybe other brackets look cooler. Let's try it. Also feel free to tell me which version you like best, because I hate taking decisions myself. That's basically the only reason I stream, so I don't need to take any decisions. Yeah, I guess that looks okay. What do you think? Does that explain itself? Or not? Can we make it even more confusing by adding even more plus signs and even more minus signs? What would you do if your work was for nothing, having invested so much time? I mean, which work did you do that was for nothing? Did you do it for yourself, or do you mean your work for work? I'm not sure. I would probably be pretty annoyed and angry and try to think positive and probably fail to think positive and probably try to learn something from what I did wrong and probably fail at that as well. And then I'd be pissed again, and then I would move on to the next thing earlier or later. Guess that's what I would do. What did you do? Oh no, then I don't know. I don't know. Whatever, let's keep it at a simple plus and minus in brackets. Which brackets though? Should we use normal round brackets? Nah, these brackets are way cooler. Okay. So now we can simply do the same for voice and music. Voice, 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 voice. Music, music, music. Lol, 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 lol. Here we go, voice. Voice. Oopsie doopsie, change volume. Voice is what I was looking for, of course. Return volume voice for the tooltip. And now let's do the same for music. So we can change the volume of the music, and we can also see the volume of the music. And then we have to link all of these objects right here in sound. Volume music, and here volume voice, da da da. Return volume music, and here return volume voice. Nice! That means all of the volume changes should now work properly. Let's check it out. Nice banana, thank you. There should be a bar and you can press up or down to increase or decrease. That would be the most usable. Yeah, the tooltip is always displayed in the center at the moment. That is a little confusing. because now it looks like all of these numbers belong to SoundFX, so maybe we'll just not show the volume in here, I guess. Yeah, and I guess what we could do is just increasing the volume when you press up here. I guess that would still feel pretty intuitive and would not be all that difficult to implement. Oops. If even I can't use my own menu, then that is maybe not a good sign. Nah, it's... Yeah, it should be possible to control this simply by pressing up or down. I agree to that, and we'll see about the bar. Okay. So that means... menu instances need a new variable. And that is simply there already is a variable that we could use, activate scripts on switch. So I guess we'll just add a variable called allow looping up down, so if you keep pressing up, the cursor doesn't come in on the other side again. And per default that is set to true. But here in our volume fx, we'll set that to false, and also which variable do we want to change as well. Execute script on switch. Is supposed to be true as well. Now all we need to do is implementing the functionality of allow looping up down, which shouldn't be too difficult. Otherwise, we will set the selected item to this. Same here. And we click downwards. If we allow looping up down, we'll do it like this. Otherwise, the selected item will be set to 0. Yay! Okay, this should work in theory. Let's check it out. Hey, Mustak, Nike, welcome. Sound. We still have these annoying tooltips in here. Didn't change it for music, but Okay, see here I can change the volume simply by pressing up or down now. Of course you cannot see which button I'm pressing, but I'm just pressing up or down. And that feels a lot more intuitive. What does not feel intuitive are the numbers in here, so let's just get rid of them. We have difficulty. No, that's not the one. Sound. Yeah, let's return -1. Volume music looks a little weird. Why does it have... Ah, okay. That was strange. Now everything should work as intended for the volume. Yay! You're right, Jan, it's obviously good to have an overview, but it's not absolutely necessary, right? And this feels fine to me. It's not all that hard to get all of the information you need. Oh no, now I can't add anything to this by clicking. That's annoying. But that works in difficulty here as well. I can still click if I want. Now I can only control it by clicking up or down. No, it's still not working. This UI stuff always takes so much longer than you'd like. Yeah, you're right, Jan. You should obviously hear what you're doing. You're also close to releasing your next game? Cool. Send me a link. I'll check it out. Right. Why can you change the difficulty? Because some people might want to play this game not as a rage game. And I think it still has a lot of potential and things to offer when it's not played as a rage game. Nice banana, thank you. You're the first one who noticed. You will publish it for mobile, nice. Alright. We'll see. Okay. I just wanna make sure we can still change this with or by pressing enter. I wonder how I did that here for the difficulty. Let me check. Exit menu after confirm. Okay. Okay, I guess we'll need a new variable. To make this more and more complicated, so I finally get confused because so far I'm surprisingly unconfused. I still kind of understand what I'm doing here. This can't stay this way. I need to be way more confused. So let's add more variables. Execute scripts on switch and execute scripts on confirm. For default, that is on true. Just for the difficulty, I probably want to set that to false. That's actually a pretty cool menu system. We'll definitely keep using that if I ever make another game with GameMaker. Then I already have all of this ready and set up. That is very nice. And now, where do we execute those scripts? If execute scripts on switch. And here we simply ask if execute scripts on confirm. Now it should work. Okay, we obviously can't hear any music. But at the very least we can properly change the volume now. Yay! Okay, let's move on to even more settings before we implement Jens' feedback that we should probably have music and voice in here. So we at the very least got the very essential basics down. Display mode. So this will be basically full screen, windowed, full screen, and windowed. Post-processing, particle effects, and subtitles, and then maybe we will add some more stuff later on. But that's the most essential things we absolutely need. Okay, I gotta check if we already have variables for all of that in the game manager. Okay, here we have the settings. We already have the setting for the post-processing. AI representation enabled is something we might implement later on. Subtitles. I'm not sure if we just want true or false. Maybe we want a couple more things in between. Like 0 is off, 1 is having them at the bottom, and 2 is having them at the top, which is probably a setting that nobody will ever need except for maybe for a couple of streamers. So it's not a lot of work to implement it, so we might very well do well, blah blah blah. Can just do it. It's not a lot of work, is what I wanted to say. Then setting particles is how many do we need? 0 is off. Low, normal, high, something like that. I have no idea. And global.setting window mode equals 0 can be full screen, 1 can be windowed full screen, and then 2 can be windowed. And for now we'll set that to windowed full screen, because otherwise I can't record it with OBS. If it runs in full screen, somehow OBS doesn't like recording it, which is fine. And to make this a little easier to read, what we can do in GameMaker is just define a couple of macros. So macro setting window mode full screen is 1, 0. Windowed full screen is 1. And windowed is 2. I know, it's very interesting what I'm doing here. I know. I'm entertaining you to the best of my ability. No. Just let's get it over with. It just needs to get done. It just needs to get done. It's not like I enjoy doing this. No. Setting post processing off is 0. Why is there a global? Stupid autocorrect. Low. That's 1. Okay. No global, please. No. Off 0. Oh, there's some chatting going on in the chat. What the hell are you doing there? You're not a... I'm doing so interesting things here on the screen. Why are you focused on something entirely different? Don't you see? The action is here. subtitles. Bottom. Is that how you write bottom? I have no idea. If I miss any of your questions, by the way, feel free to ask them again, because sometimes I don't look at chat all that much. Seems like you somehow talked about game school. Yeah, I dropped out of game school after 3 years, basically 1 year before getting my degree. Because I wanted to play WoWy games all day long and stream and write menus, main menus. And so far I don't regret quitting, but I also don't regret going there. I think overall good choices made, but only time will tell whether they were actually good. Particles, Earth 1. Let's copy paste that, maybe that's a little quicker. Off, low, normal. I Okay, so that's all of the settings we need, right? Will I play any WoWy games? Well, if you give me any WoWy games, I will obviously play them. I don't want anybody to feel left out. We're considering going back to game development college. But maybe I might think not be useful. I think it depends very much on the college or on the school you go to. There are a lot of scam schools out there, unfortunately, that don't teach you anything, but there are also a couple of really good ones out there as well. What's wrong here? The macro already exists. Oopsie doopsie. And now we can just say at the beginning, this disabled like that. That makes it a little easier to read most of the time. Okay, not really, but now we already got those macros, so might as well use them. Geez. Okay, which one do we start with? I guess we just start from the top. Window mode. I want to duplicate that from the difficulty because we need a lot of the same properties as in the difficulty menu. Window mode. And here we have full screen. Windowed full screen. Windowed. I don't think we need an explanation for that, or do we? Could in theory give a tooltip here, but I think that should not be necessary. Okay, now we just need to replace all of these scripts. Set difficulty will be replaced with set window mode. We need a new script for that. Argument 0, and then we should probably also react to that. So basically, that means I'll have to look a lot of this up. If window mode is 0, that is full screen, right? That should be relatively simple. But I don't know the script for that either. So that's the code for windowed full screen, isn't it? Now let's just copy that in here. And here I also have some code that allows you to switch between full screen and windowed full screen. Okay, so that means Windows at full screen is relatively easy. Here we go. Full screen. Windowed full screen is this. And then I guess windowed is the same, just with the difference that we display a border. Window set caption color cursor full screen max height max width min height min width position rectangle size. No, that's not what we need. Window handle, what does that do? Okay, it gives me some sort of weird ID thingy. No. Caption. I don't want to set the caption. I want to enable or disable the border of the window. Get visible rects. Caption color, full screen size, I mean, basically what I'm looking for is this setting right here, which we have in the options. Borderless window. Let's search for that. Oh geez. Is there actually no way to do that in the script? What the hell? That stinks. Now, seems like there's no way to enable or disable this border. Jeez. Hey there, Zermount. Sorry, I wasn't looking at chat again. Yeah, it's brain food. That's why I'm so smart today. You should definitely try it for studying. Always wear a banana at school. That will make everybody like you a lot better. Because people generally seem to like attention-seeking idiots, so just do it. I can confirm from my own experience that it works quite well. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna catch up on the entire chat, as I've said. If I miss something important, please just post it again. Yum 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 yum. Let's Google that real quick. There's gotta be a way. Game maker borderless window from code. Okay, seems like you need an extension for that. That's weird. DLL? No, no, no. Jeez. Oh, that's really annoying. Why is there no feature for that? Cool. Guess we'll only have full screen and borderless full screen for now. Set window mode. Okay. So here we'll just say show message. This feature does not exist in Game Maker. Obviously we'll not show that in game, but in case we somehow call that on accident, at the very least we got something there. And then all of this crap needs to go away. Oh no, already been streaming for 1 hour already, and I said I wanted to finish this UI today in this stream, and that's what we're gonna do. Oh no, why did I say that? That's gonna be quite a bit more work. Let's finish it. Okay. I can already feel my brain food starting to wear out a bit. I'm getting more and more stupid the longer I stream, in case you haven't noticed yet. What we need to do now is here, window mode. Okay, now we just coded that I was looking for the object window mode. Set window mode, and we want to set it to Full screen. Why did I split that here? That looks weird. Oh, whatever. Okay. We only really need two options. Full screen. And here I didn't split it. Very smart, Jonas. Very clever thinking. Very consistent. And now all we need to change is this pre-select script, so the correct one is pre-selected. Because otherwise it's a little confusing. Let's go back up to the scripts. Pre-select window mode. Return setting window mode, that's it. Now it would be nice to know which one of these is 0 and which one of these is 1, but we'll see in a sec if this is the correct way around. And did I already link that in graphics? Let's check. Display mode? No, I did not. Object menu. Window mode. Alright. That was not difficult at all. Do you know the way? I can use full screen. Is simply full screen a function? But I want to get rid of the borders in window mode. That's what I'm really looking at, and there doesn't seem to be a way in GameMaker to do that, interestingly. Welcome, Paluxd. Haven't seen you here before, I think, if I remember correctly. And you're still at school. I don't envy you. Okay, there seems to be something wrong. Let's try that again. What do you mean cannot be? Jeez, come on. Can we compile now, please? I mean, it's not even... Maybe I prefer going back to school. I'm not sure. Yeah. Remember, never rename things in GameMaker. That is very dangerous. Okay, now it is in full screen, and now we should be able to go back to window at full screen. And obviously you can't see the full screen version because OBS is stupid. Ah, no, I don't. I mean, sorry. I didn't mean to complain. Let's stop complaining. OBS is a very nice program. It just can't record full screen games for some reason. Okay, so that seems to work. Only thing missing here is maybe a little hint of what is currently selected. And then we got 1 out of 4 graphic settings complete. Very nice. So let's go back to graphics. Need a new script probably. Return window mode. And what we'll do here is simply return full screen. Windowed full screen. And the one that isn't supported yet, but we can implement it anyway. Windowed. Then we go into no, not into difficulty. Concentration, brain food. Work, come back. I still need you. Let's go to graphics. And the tooltip script will be return window mode. Here we go. So now we can see what the window mode is without having to click on it. Okay, let's do the same with post-processing. And also after setting window mode, I would like to save the settings. Settings save. Okay, let's create all the scripts we need. We need set post-processing, pre-select post-processing, and return post-processing. This is the easiest script. We will simply say global dot setting post-processing equals argument 0. Then we will save the changes. Now we need Pre-select post-processing, which is a very simple script as well, because it just needs to return this variable. And then the last script we need is return post-processing. And here we will return a different stuff like off. Then we obviously have low, normal or medium, and max. Obviously the max level always needs to be called ultra. Cool. This might be a little bit of a smarter workflow, because now I have all the scripts I need, and I simply need to create this object right here, post-processing, pre-select post-processing, set post-processing, and here we will set it to setting post-processing off. Low, medium, high. Low, medium, and high. Max was how I called it. Very consistent once again. And now all we need to do is link that object in settings, in graphics, of course, here. Object, menu, post-processing. And we can also preview that with square return post-processing. Okay, see, that was pretty straightforward. That was a pretty streamlined process. It's still a lot of work, but now it should work. What a language does GameMaker use? It's a GML GameMaker language, so it has its own language. You can use window, get height and width, and set full screen to none. But then it still has no border Schlingenkorn. I think I can't enable and disable the border of the window. I know that I can set the size, I know that I can set it to full screen. Question is, how do we get the border of the window back? Or is that actually how we get it back? Okay, Darksoon, I think you decided to leave a while ago, but I'm just reading it now, so bye. anyone looking to work together on a game, maybe you should try your luck on our Discord server. There's a link to that in the description. Maybe you're lucky and you'll find somebody who wants to work with you. You're a newbie, yeah, well then, of course, join Discord. We'll help you to the best of our ability with whatever you're doing. Gary, bye. Windows at size, display get width, display get height. Yes, that's what I'm doing. That is basically what I'm doing for windowed full screen. Schlingelkorn. Okay, settings, graphics. Okay, the display mode, windowed full screen, and post-processing. Oh, this is not pre-selected correctly. Oh, that's a pity. Oh, this is also not pre-selected correctly. Come on. No, why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? But I think I know what I did wrong there. What I need to do is menu instance. Where's the selected variable? Here, selected item. That's the variable we need to set in those scripts, of course. Pre-select, post-processing doesn't need to return anything, it needs to set this variable. And pre-select window mode also needs to set this variable. And now the correct one should be selected when we enter the correct submenu. Settings, graphics. Now windowed full screen is pre-selected, very nice. And here ultra is pre-selected. And this is pretty cool. Now we can even see the changes between all of these post-processing settings live. This is off, this is low, this is medium, this is ultra. And obviously we mainly see that when we go back into the game. Looks pretty stupid without post-processing. Okay, now we have 2 out of 4 graphic settings successfully implemented. I kinda wanna continue with subtitles because that one is already in the game. So we need set, pre-select, and return. Set subtitle is simply global.setting subtitles equals argument 0. Then pre-select subtitles. Pre-select subtitle maybe. To make it a little more consistent. Set selected item was the variable, right? Selected item equals global setting subtitles. Yes, that's the one. And then finally, we only need return. And after that, we also want to save the settings. So scr settings save. return subtitle. Here we will just do if equals setting subtitles bottom. Shut bottom. Show at top. Wait a second. Did I miss something there for full screen? Yeah, it's nice to have the subtitle for this, but okay, here we have no tooltips, which is exactly what we want, and here we have no tooltips either. Okay, that is good. I thought I might have messed that up, but I didn't. No worries, Slinkorn. I did not communicate properly what I want, probably. And after the stream, I will obviously play the last WoWie games that I haven't played yet, but I'm pretty much through. There are only like 15 games missing or something like that. Okay. And I'm very much looking forward to actually finishing this stupid menu. Duplicate, and we have subtitles. Yay! Pre-select subtitle. Set subtitle. Setting subtitle off. Show at bottom and show at top. And then we just need to link that from our graphics settings down here. OBJ subtitles, and we can preview the setting by square return subtitle. That should work. Only thing we need to fix is our small in-game functionality. And to test it, we should probably also enable the AI, otherwise there are no subtitles at all. So for AI enabled, we'll set it to is enabled. Here we go. And now concerning our subtitles, we already subtitles. We have a script that is responsible for drawing these subtitles. Where is it? Draw subtitle, here it is. But there's something missing, dang it. Should probably put it in here. Hide parent. Draw subtitles, and if subtitles is larger than 0, we'll draw it. And then here for draw subtitle, where is it? Here, draw subtitle. Okay, we only need to change this variable, which is nice. If it's equal to setting subtitle bottom, we'll choose this. And else we will choose this. Very nice. Okay, let's check if it works. So many still in school. Yeah, it seems like I managed to attract a very young audience again, which is fine, I guess. And it's pretty much a 100% male audience according to my statistics, which is interesting as well. That's probably because I'm still a child inside, so young people have an easy time identifying with me. And also the YouTube, one thing to keep in mind is also that the YouTube audience in general is pretty young. So what did I want to test again? Settings, graphics, subtitles, show it top. Okay, I can change it properly. Let's have a look at some subtitles.
Hey, can you hear me? Jump to say yes.
Oh, that's weird. It takes a while for this text to update. Something doesn't seem to be quite right there. Show at bottom. Let's try show on top.
Nice. May I ask you,
Okay.
you played this game before? Let me...
Okay, it works. Very nice. Very nice. Did I also save the settings? Yes. Then I guess we only have particles missing. Only problem with particles is that setting isn't even implemented into the game yet, so we need to do that real quick. Particles. Here we go. The main thing where we're using particles is in the player, and particularly in the death animation. So let's go in our player death script. Okay. Set particle count to 0. If setting particles is larger than or equal to setting particles low, we'll just set that to 5. And else if if it's medium or normal, we'll set it to 25. And let's try overdoing the last one a little bit high. I mean, if somebody really wants it to be that high, let's do 75. Okay, that should at the very least allow us to see some sort of difference. And then for turning the particle effects off, there's one more place where I want to turn it off. And that is for the player trail. That is not the player, even though the icon looks like it. Very smart, Jonas, very smart. Here we have the particle trail. However, we will just only do that, this part. If the particles aren't turned off completely, and then we have a couple of other places where we potentially might want to turn off particles, but those are the most important ones, I assume. And now let's implement the menu stuff. Isn't this exciting? Ha 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 ha. What do we have in chat? Still 7 people watching this craziness. Jesus. That is well more than this, a lot more than this deserves. You're some old audience. At the very least. I mean, the main demographic is still 18 to 24, so I mean, that's, if you think about it, that's very logical that I just attract an audience that is about my age, because those people have probably the easiest time to identify with me. So I should probably not be too confused about it. But in general, we have people from all age groups and from all over the world, which is pretty cool. Would get a more diverse audience on Twitch, for example. Yeah, I wish there were a good way to stream on YouTube and on Twitch at the same time. I guess there is. I mean, there are restreaming services that allow you to do that. But I have never tried those before. I have no idea how easy or hard they are to use, and they probably cause some extra delay, and I don't know. I've got to try it out at some point. So, very satisfying. This will soon be complete. Our UI journey will be done. Let's start with, we need return set, pre-select and return, set particle, set particles, whatever. Global setting particles equals setting argument 0. My concentration is starting to dwindle. Usually that's not something you should do just to keep working for 90 hours. I'm the prime example. I think if you watch the entire stream, then you can pretty much see my concentration drop further and further, and then maybe you learn that it's important to take breaks. I should definitely take a break now, but I also don't want to keep streaming yet because this isn't finished yet. I want to finish it, so let's finish this crap. Set particles, pre-select particles Very good function names. I'm sure that will never confuse me in the future. Return ba. And then, oh, and after that particles, I obviously want to do settings save. And after pre-select here, pre-select particles. No, that is not pre-select particles. That is supposed to be return particles. And if that is setting particles off, then we will return off. Low, normal, high. I'm actually pretty curious how this will look with high, because I've never tried that before. Might look very cool, might look very stupid, I have no idea. I just know that the particles are optimized enough that it will not crash my PC, which is obviously nice. We'll try it in a sec, but before that we need to implement it real quick, which should not take too long because I've already done it quite a couple of times by now. Particles, here we come. Skrr. Pre-select particles. One thing I forgot in pre-select particles is I don't want to return that. I want to set selected item to this. Don't forget to hit save every now and then. You never know when GameMaker will crash. Set particles, setting particles off. Then we have low, medium, high. Low, normal, ultra, or no, I think I called it high last time, so let's call it high. High, normal, and low. And now the very last thing we need to do is link that from our graphic settings menu right here. Object menu particles and return particles preview that particle setting in that parent menu. And now all of the settings should be implemented. Can you believe it? Jesus. You were here for this historic moment. These 8 people made just made history with Banana Dude. Work for 5 hours, never save. Live on the edge. Yeah, I mean, if you're an adrenaline junkie, that's what you should do. When you leave, don't even save. Just put your computer in sleep mode and continue later. That sounds very scary. Graphics. I want particle effects to be on high, because I get a high from that.
Say yes. Nice. May I ask
So let's skip that.
Played this game before?
Way too easy, let's go to impossible difficulty.
Alright, try to give me a challenge, will you? Oh my god, impossible difficulty. What a beautiful Christmas present. Thank you.
It's not Christmas anymore. But that voice line is still in there. I'm not even sure this amount of particles looks all that great.
Lol, I got you.
Yeah, that's too many particles. I think the default looks a little better. Settings, graphics, particles. What happens if we go to low?
OMG, why do you keep dying there?
I mean, that looks okay as well. There's worse. Let's try off. All right.
Got to try harder than this.
Seems like it's working. Post-processing, let's turn that off. Subtitles off. Display mode, can't change that. Okay, but seems everything's working. Oh my god, I think all of the basic functionalities of this main menu are now implemented and functional, which is just fantastic. Which means we can finally move on to other stuff. Yes, 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 yes. I'm excited. Nice, 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 nice. Fireworks! Fireworks! Let's check the performance. What does it say to that? Okay. Obviously, Mr. Performance, not a huge fan of this amount of particles. But we're still over 200, so no reason to worry.
This never gets old.
Cool. There are still a couple more little things to do, but yeah, we got the basic functionalities of the... Oh geez, was the camera on me all the time? Yes, it was. You didn't see anything. That obviously makes it very interesting to watch. Okay, let me show you again. Didn't you even see all of the cool particles? Oh no. I'm such a stream noob. But once again, another tell for my dropping concentration. So here, see, I'll show you the particles again.
What a desperate attempt.
That is too many particles. Okay, so we'll call it a day for today. If you have anything you would like to discuss with me or any questions, feel free to post them in the chat now. I'll be reading chat for a couple more minutes. I'm pretty happy that all of the menu stuff works now. Not all of the menu stuff, but like 90% of the menu is completely done. Everything in here has a function that actually does something. Something we obviously still need to code is that the settings are saved, but that is a very simple process and shouldn't take all that much time. What's also still missing is here for the sound settings to have a little more feedback for what you're changing. And then maybe you can do a couple of polishing things like actually showing the volume behind these settings, so you have a nice overview. Now that I think about it, I think I might have a way to do that. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. And then obviously we still have this strange bug that whenever you enter a menu, it shows the wrong text for a fraction of a second. Ah, very weird, very interesting. But I'm glad we can finally go back to producing content. And I actually did manage to finish the menu during the stream. Okay, that depends on if you call that finished, but I would say it counts. I would say it counts. Do you have an idea what the reason for the crash bug in Crash Company might be? Yeah. I mean, it's probably that you're using a pretty old GameMaker version, right? Which version of GameMaker are you using? Looks like 8.1 or something like that. I have no idea. I would think about switching to at earliest GameMaker Studio or maybe even GameMaker Studio 2. Fashion ideas, where's a fashion idea? Maybe we can can see the reflection of the game in his eyes. Oh, that was when I was playing, but you didn't see anything. Right. 8.1, yeah, I mean, that's probably the reason. Who knows if they still support Windows 8 and Windows 10? Because obviously Windows 8 got updated quite a bit since GameMaker 8.1 came out. Same goes for Windows 10. I think making games with GameMaker 8.1 is probably just not a super stable solution. I might be mistaken, but that's the best guess I can give you. All right. So we'll do something more interesting tomorrow because now all of the menu stuff is done. So we'll probably keep structuring some of these levels we already have in here. And then actually I also plan to stream on Sunday because the game from Tim Ruswick is coming out, Philophobia. I'll be playing that. I'm doing a little bit of a promotional stream, if you will. Just playing that game. And I also think the level design of Philophobia is pretty brilliant. So we will be talking about that as well. Other than that, next live stream will be tomorrow. And I'll try to get a video out on Friday. So tons of content coming, hopefully. With or without banana, I'm not sure yet. Yeah. All right. Have a good one. Peace.